Hi, everybody. Hi there. So today we're going to work on our assemblage sculpture project, and we're going to learn how to do this using Google Drawing. So we have a whole slideshow that can be found on It's Learning. And one of the things that we went over was the first thing you need to do is to brainstorm about an object that you would like to make your work about. So here I have chosen a fish. Then you need to brainstorm of things that could be used to represent those parts. So I thought about the olives for the eyes, orange for the mouth, a spoon to use for the scales, blueberry for the spots, paintbrush for the fins, and also the aloe for the fins. All right, so at this point, you've already done your brainstorming and you've already thought of your images. And now I'll show you how to make it in Google Drawing. Here's what you do. First, for those of you new to Google Drawing, you need to go to your Drive, New, More, and Google Drawing. Go ahead and title your project with your name. And this is the assemblage assignment. All right, so what I want to show you, I've actually already started one here. So I have my image that I have found that I would like to replicate, and I've started to get some images. And a few things before we start. You will need to open a new tab, and then you will need to make sure that you Google remove background. Okay, so it's a free website. You really cannot do this project without it. All right, so this is what it looks like. We used this before in our cultural collage, and you'll need to have this again. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do, I had mentioned I've put a few of them here, and I would like to have a spoon. Okay, so one thing you can do is go to Insert Image, and search the web. If you put the word transparent spoon, that will mean that it doesn't have a background. So remember, it's really important. None of this work can be created if it has a background. So you see how I can see through this? Okay, well, I need to be able to see through it. Okay, so I'll put my spoon over here. So I'm going to start by clicking and dragging my image, making it large. Here we go. Onto my screen. Well, now I've got this spoon. Let's see, I'm going to rotate it. And it's still quite large to make the scales, so I'm also going to go up here to this crop image button. And I'm going to crop it. Let's see, I really only want this part. I'm going to crop the sides too. Oops, you can always go back. All right, so now I'm just left with this part of the spoon. I'm going to scale it down a little bit, no pun intended. And I'm going to start to fill my shape. Now remember, you can go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. It also shows a shortcut right here of my Control-C, Control-V. So I'm going to start layering these. Command-Copy, Command-Paste. And get these scales going, filling in my page or my shape. Let's see. I might need to rotate them sometimes. So there's a little arrow so I could rotate it. And I can just keep copying and pasting them, dragging them around, filling my space as I need to. Again, don't forget you can rotate them. All right, starting to look like fish scales to me. I can make them smaller. There's a baby spoon. And change the size of them. So I like this guy because I wanted some smaller ones in here where it gets more narrow. Okay, so you want to start to fill everything up, all of your space. Again, I might need to rotate this. Maybe I need it rotated a little bit more. I want to make sure I really do a great job of filling my space, because otherwise too many holes will be in between it and it won't look nearly as good. So we are using everyday objects as we discussed in the assignment to create our image. Okay. All right, this is the back half of the fish. So now let's think about the fact that I wanted to use a paintbrush for the tail. So I'm going to go online and I'm going to show you how to use remove background. And maybe I'm going to Google paintbrush. Go to images. Now let's see, I'm going to search around for a paintbrush that I quite like. One that I think I could use. Well, there are lots of great options here. I want a single brush, okay? And so maybe I'm just gonna pick this one. What I need to do now is I need to save the image, all right? So I'm gonna save it, and I need to go to remove background, and I can upload it from my computer or drop the file, drop it in anywhere. It removes the background so quickly, and then you download it again. Okay, so I now have this downloaded image. It's back to my drawing, and I just need to put this on here. So that's how I got the blueberry, the olives, and everything, was I downloaded it. So I can test out my size. I need it a little smaller. And I know I want like this fan shape, so I could start copying and pasting, and maybe I need to do little adjustments, overlap them, copy, paste, overlap it. Now I've got a group of 3. One thing that you can do is you can copy all of them. So let me click off of here, get my arrow. If you go here and grab that arrow, that's what I needed. Oops, sorry. Sometimes I get a little fast when I do it. Okay, I am going to I'm making a mess of it. Oh my goodness. All right, I have to regroup this. Copy, paste. And we just got one right now. It didn't like me doing that. Turning them just slightly. There we go. Okay, so there they all are. I can copy this and I can move the entire thing over. And I could keep going. So I've started to build some fins. Okay, so I could repeat that for my top and bottom fins. I could repeat my spoons all the way out. And let's see, I've been working on this already. So you see how I filled it in with brushes, I filled it in with spoons. I can now take my oranges. Oh, I wanted to show you that as well. So another trick that we need to know how to do is, let's say I found these pictures, but I just want this one olive. Please go to your crop tool, make sure that you're clicked on it. And you just want to crop it, so you just click and drag. And that's how I got a single one. I had a little corner there, I didn't really worry about it. And I rotated it, and I used that for the eye. Okay, so on this aloe here, I wanted to get rid of that cup. I just wanted part of it. I did the same thing and I cropped it. If this is really large and you want to make it smaller, just to just so that when you're making duplicates, they're not overlapping as much, you can just crop down, even though it's transparent, the background for that. One thing I did when I was doing the blueberries was I did make like a little pattern. And then I was able to grab my arrow, select it all, go to arrange and group it. And then I was able to drag it and copy and paste it and make multiples to be able to overlap them. Okay, I'm not finished with this yet, but you can see the process, and that's how I did it. And here is the final example of what I was working on when I was playing around with my fish, my everyday objects, and Google Drawing. Okay, I hope that that helps you. And if you have any questions, please go to It's Learning Chat, come to class. We can be in a breakout room and I can work with you. Okay, have fun.